So let's get started. Hmm. So now I'm going to share my PPT. Today I will send you another PPT that is also for of the basic concept of OOPS only. So you can take your notes from that PPT also. Okay. So now I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so we have just started the property inheritance. So inheritance is a process by which one object can acquire and use the property of another object. Actually, this statement is wrong. Here we should write one class can acquire the property of the another class. Okay, all of you please correct this statement. One class can acquire the property of the another class. Okay. Now, see, existing class is called as the base class. New class is called as a derived class. The derived class shares some property of the base class. Therefore, a code from the base class can be reused by the derived class. That means, see, take an example. Take an example. For example, uh, you people are known with the browser, with the web browser, which we normally use in the laptop or in our mobile phone also. Okay. So, for example, take an example of your Google account only, or of your WhatsApp only. Take an example of your WhatsApp. So many times this option came of update. Update का option आता है ना कि update updation है ना. तो ये updation actually है क्या? Updation कुछ नहीं है जो हमारा old product था. I am simply going to add up some new feature into my old product. It's called as the updation. It's called as what? Updation. Okay. So that's what is WhatsApp is doing. Like for example, जो आपके पास पुराना वर्जन था, अब उसी वर्जन में हमने कुछ नए वर्जन ऐड कर दिए. लेकिन नए वर्जन ऐड करने के बाद में पुराने वर्जन के जो फीचर्स तो उसमें है ही ना. उसमें तो है ही ना. तो ये चीज क्या हुई? यही तो इनहेरिटेंस है. हमारा जो क्लास ए है और क्लास ए के बाद क्या बना? क्लास बी बना. ओके. नाउ class B. Now this my class B is going to be derived class C. All of you please see in this notebook. Is this visible to you people, students? I am drawing a fresh diagram. For example, this is my old version of WhatsApp. Okay. And now I want to update it. So now this is my new version of WhatsApp. And this is the old version. Now WhatsApp is telling me to update your software. So after the updation, this new WhatsApp will be having the old feature also, no? Plus new feature. That means it will be having old features plus new features. Am I right? So this is what? This is this is what? This is inheritance. Okay. So now am I clear to all of you students? That means we are going. So this is the concept of reusability. That means while creating a new class, I am not going to write all those lines which I have written in the previous class. Yes. For example, in class first, I have written some common details, and those details are going to be reused again in the second class. So what will I do? I'll simply follow this property so that I'll not have to rewrite those lines again in a new class. This is called as the inheritance. Now I think you people are all clear about this property. Now coming on to the types of inheritance. Okay, so now I'm again sharing my screen. See, so it is a capability of, is this PPT is visible to all of you? Okay. So inheritance is what? It is a capability of one class to inherit the property of another class. Okay. We have seen this. Now these are the types of inheritance. This is not present in your book. I will send you notes for inheritance. Okay. I'll send you tomorrow. Tomorrow I will send you because I am out of station now and I don't have my book now. Okay. So I'll send you the notes for the inheritance tomorrow. So students, there are normally 5 types of inheritance. First is called as a single level, second is called as the multi-level, third is the multiple, fourth is the hierarchical, and fifth is the hybrid. So See, all of you, in the first class only, what I told you, before coming on to the answer, first of all, read the topic. First of all, read the topic. See what the topic is saying. In single level, they'll be having only single level. Okay. Now, when the level are going to be increased, that will be called as the multi-level. Now, coming on to the multiple, then hierarchical, then hybrid. Now, I'll explain you with the help of diagram. Let's continue with this PPT only. Actually, this PPT is having description of only three types. Remaining two types I'll send you in notes in by the WhatsApp only. Okay, students. So this is called as a single level. See, our base class. The name of our base class is flower. The name of our base class is what? Flower. And under the flower, a new class is here. You can see the new class, and the name of this new class is what? Rose. So see, flower is what? Flower is the base class and rose is a derived class. And how many level is there? Only one. Only one level is there, no? You can see only a single child is there. That's why this kind of inheritance is called as the single level inheritance. Am I clear to all of you students? Okay. Whenever you see there, if there are only two classes, like if there will be only single parent and then that parent will be having only single child, then this type of inheritance will be called as a single level inheritance. Now you say, what is multi-level? What is multi-level? Very good. Yes, when they'll be having multiple level, that kind of inheritance will be called as what? Multi-level. See, multi-level. See, one more thing which we should notice, every class is having only single child. That means in multi-level or in single level, each class can have only one child. That means our class can't have two child. Like see, this is the again one example. World, the base class is what? World. And this world child name is India. India's child is Rajasthan, and Rajasthan child is Jaipur. We could have added some more if suppose we want to add some more child of India, like for example here Rajasthan is mentioned, no? I can add here Madhya Pradesh, I can add here Delhi, I can add here so many kind of states which are present in the India. But because I'm following the multi-level inheritance, I can do that. Why? Because in multi-level or in single level we are following a level, and in each level they'll be having a single student. Yes, you can increase the level, but you can't increase the number of child of any kind of class, because the point is, in multi-level inheritance only single child of a class is allowed. So I think now this is clear to all of you. Am I clear to you students? Okay. Okay, so again I'm stopping my PPT. Yes, okay. So now this is clear to you. Now all of you look onto the my notebook. Is this visible to you people? Is this page is visible to you? So first is called as the single level. So in single level, they'll be having only single level. See, class A and class B. So class A is a base class and okay, class B is a child class. Okay. So because this is having only single level, that's what is called as a single level. Now when I'll increase the level, for example, now class B is having the another child and the name of the new class is class C. Class C is having the another child and the name of new class is D. Class D is having another child, the name of new class is E. So see, as you can see, levels are increased, no? They are having multiple levels. So this kind of inheritance is called as the multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Okay, so now coming on to the, this one is single level done, multi-level. Coming on third one, third is called as the hierarchical. You people can also note this point, all of you note into your notebook. Hierarchical inheritance. Okay, how many of you have seen tree or plants? I think you all have seen. Okay, so plant is doing what? It is a hierarchical structure. It is a hierarchical structure. So whenever an inheritance follow a hierarchical structure, then that kind of scenario is called as the hierarchical. Now let's see. In hierarchical inheritance, a single parent is allowed to have multiple child. It's called as the hierarchical. See, for example, there is a class. The name of our class is class A. Class is having child. The name of the base class is, this is my base class, and this base class first child name is B, and this base class is only having another child named as C. So this kind of inheritance is called as the hierarchical inheritance. That means when a parent can have multiple child, then this kind of scenario is called as the hierarchical. So three types of inheritance is clear to you people. First is single level, then multi-level, then hierarchical. In single level, only single parent can have single child. In multiple level, condition was the same only. A parent can have only one child, but levels can be increased. So this is called as the multi-level. And third is the hierarchical. When a parent can have multiple child, then this is called as the hierarchical. Student, you may be confused in the multiple and hierarchical. So multiple and hierarchical both are different, so don't get confused in between these two hierarchical. So now coming on to the multiple. So now this is the multiple. Yes. So what should I do for you then? You can leave this meeting if your phone is dying, or you can add charger. No problem, you can leave the meeting then. Multiple. Okay. So now coming on to the multiple. Now see, multiple means when two parents can have a single child, when two parent class can have a single child class, then this kind of feature is called as the multiple. देखो मल्टीप्लीकेशन हम कैसे करते हैं, हाउ एक्चुअली वी मल्टीप्लाई, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इफ सपोज आई एम आस्किंग फॉर टेबल ऑफ 2, तो आप कैसे बोलोगे 2 1 जा 2, 2 2 जा 4, 2 3 जा 6, सिमिलरली यू विल गो टिल 2 10 जा 20. सो मतलब यहाँ पर ये है कि अगर मुझे लिखना है 2 1 जा 2, तो हाउ विल आई राइट देन? 2 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 1 इज इक्वल टू 2 ना? Am I right? Similarly, if suppose I am writing 3 multiplied by 3 is equals to 9, no? So this is what? This is multiplication. This is multiplication, no? That means first class is 3, second class is also 3, and now my new child class is 9. So this is called as the multiple inheritance. That means we will be having multiple base class, and then those base class will be having single child class. See, let's say for example, my one base class is A, second base class is B, and both child, the new name is C. So this kind of property is called as the multiple inheritance. Am I clear to all of you students? Today's lecture is quite important, so I will upload, like one student has left, no, I don't know what name was of her. So I'll upload this video on my YouTube, so you can refer this notes from that channel, from that video also. Okay, so now this was the fourth one was the multiple. Now coming on to the last one, which is called as the hybrid. Okay, so fifth one is the hybrid. So hybrid means collection of all kind of inheritance, or you can say collection of hierarchical and multiple. Collection of hierarchical and multiple. See, what was hierarchical? This was hierarchical, no? And this was multiple. If I'll join the multiple and hierarchical, a new inheritance will get formed, which will be called as the hybrid. For example, first of all, I am using the hierarchical inheritance. Then in hierarchical, a parent can have multiple child. No, so this is what is happening is, it is A is having two child, B and C. Now, what is multiple? These two child can have another child. So now this is going to be multiple. The new name is D. So as you can see, this one was what? Hierarchical, and this one was at top multiple, and by mixing hierarchical and multiple we are getting a new inheritance which is called as the hybrid. So this is done. These all were the types of inheritance. So is there any doubt, students? बाकियों को डाउट है? ओके। अच्छा, आज फिर से सारे के सारे इतने बिल्कुल लेजी से क्यों साउंड कर रहे? व्हाई यू पीपल आर साउंडिंग सो लेजी एंड स्लीपी अगेन? या तो या तो मेरा लेक्चर पहले होना चाहिए, ऐसा क्या? That is actually the problem. But no, we can't do. We can do anything. What you can do is you can have the exercise of your eyes. Go to the YouTube channel and that what you can. Hmm. I will take your point in front of sister. Okay, Muskan? Welcome. Okay, most welcome. So, a student, these were the type of inheritance. Now, I think this is clear to you people. So now again, I am sharing the PPT. Okay. So we are done with the levels of inheritance, types of inheritance. Abstraction is also done. Now coming on to the new topic named as the polymorphism. So now what is polymorphism? So it is the ability of an object of different type to respond to function of same name. समझ में आया क्या किसी को क्या लिखा है? Ability of object of different types to respond to function of same name. बहुत complicated हो गया. दूसरे पीपीटी पर आते हैं हम. अब देखो यहाँ पर क्या लिखा हुआ है? The ability of an operator and a function to take multiple form is known as a polymorphism. Now I am giving you a very simple example. Take an example of your mother only. Take an example of your mother. You are having only single mother, and your mother is going to perform so many kind of tasks. Your mother is doing so many things at your home, like she is managing all the things at the market also, she is doing things at the home also, and if your mother is working, then she is managing her work also. That means your single mother is doing so many things, so many work at your home or at the market, plus handling family. So this is called as polymorphism. This is called as polymorphism. All of you look into your book. See, read the definition, all of you. Consider a term cell. The term cell in physics refers to the device that supplies current in the electrical circuit. And in biology, it means a fundamental and functional part of human body plant. The same term is also referred to as a room, such as administrative cell, examination cell, etc. All of you look at this diagram. See, here a term cell is being used in many kind of term. Like for example, this cell is used in physics also in the form of battery. Similarly, this cell is used as a biological cell in the biology. Similarly, this cell is can be act as an organization or a firm. Like for example, we are saying examination cell, admission cell. So when when single function or when a function of a single name can perform multiple tasks is called as polymorphism. Shall I explain it again? when when there is a function in your program, when there is a function in your program and that function is performing multiple tasks in your program, then that kind of function is called as the polymorphism. Okay, that means when an operator or when any kind of function can implement multiple single name function, I am calling single name function can do multiple tasks, and this type of property is called as the polymorphism. I gave example of your mother, like your mother, you are having single mother at your home, no, and your mother is going to perform so many kind of tasks. So this is the property of the polymorphism. Take an example of you people only, like you people are doing online classes, you are doing so many things at your home, and then you are tired. but that is a property of human only. Just we people get tired and get bored about having online classes. But the thing is, you are doing so many kind of work at your home or at outside also. So the thing was, person is single. Person is single, but that single person is performing multiple tasks, no? So this property is called as the polymorphism. In the programming, if any function perform, and if any single function, single name function is performing multiple kind of tasks, then that this property is called as the polymorphism. So this is done. Now, any doubt in polymorphism, students? Same is written in the book also. Same is written in the book also. See, a name cell, a name cell, cell is used in physics also. Like cell हम कहते हैं ना battery है cell है, और this cell is same used in the biological term also, and this cell is used as an organization term also, like for examination cell, administrative cell. Okay, very good. So this is what is called as the polymorphism. So am I clear to all of you students? Polymorphism comes of two types. First is called as the overloading and second is called as the overriding. I will provide you the notes for this because you people are not having all these terms into your book also. पीपीटी में है क्या? पीपीटी में भी नहीं है. आगे देखते हैं दूसरी पीपीटी में है क्या? हाँ है. ओके. सो यहाँ पे आई एम शेयरिंग माय स्क्रीन. See types of polymorphism. Is this PPT is visible to you people? Okay. So there are two types of polymorphism. There are two types of polymorphism. First is called as the overloading and second is called as the overriding. And in overloading, they'll be having operator overloading, function overloading. ये क्या होता है? These are the practical terms. I'll explain you later when we will do our programming. लेकिन for now, simply read this, refer this diagram. Polymorphism are of two types. First is called as the compile time. Second is called as the runtime. Under compile time, we will do operator overloading and function overloading. And under runtime, we will see virtual function. For now, simply see this diagram. And what are these things? I'll explain you later. Okay, students? So now coming on to the next property, which is called as the dynamic binding and message passing. देखो, we have completed classes, objects, abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance. Now coming on to the dynamic binding and message passing. Message passing भी हम पढ़ चुके हैं. Yesterday only I covered about the message passing. कौन करता है message passing? Students, who does the message passing? Object. वाह वाह, ये WhatsApp वाला कौन था? Who said WhatsApp? Object are responsible to perform the message passing between the function present in my class. Okay, students? How many times I have told you these things? Okay, so now all of you read this PPT. In OOPS, processing is done by sending message to object. A message for an object is request for execution of a procedure. Message passing involves specifying the name of object, the name of function, and the information to be sent. See, as I told you, like so many times I have given you a single example only, like for example in your class only, and your class is locked. So to open that class, like for example to use all the things present in your class, I'll have to find out the key of that lock of my class. No, am I right? Am I right? That's what is object is doing. With the help of object we can execute the function present into my class. So what my object is doing, it is simply doing communication with the function, or we can say it is passing message. What is communication? Message passing. This is called as the message passing. So message passing is what? When object execute the function present into your class, or object is used to pass a message present in to pass a message to the function present into a class. So it is called as the object message passing. Coming on to the last point. Last point is the dynamic binding. So again, I'm sharing my PPT. So, all of you read the statement. Binding in the process of connecting one program to another. Note my point. Again, binding is the process of connecting one program to another. Okay. Dynamic binding is the process of linking the procedural call to specify a sequence of code or function at a runtime or during the execution of a program. Now let's do one thing. I'm going to open up my browser. Is my screen is visible to you people? Students? Okay. Now you tell me. Okay, now here I am typing Java, JAVA. देखो मैंने Java टाइप किया और जैसे ही मैंने एंटर प्रेस किया तो यहाँ पे now you will find a page, see Java Oracle Java.com. अब मैंने ये पहले लिंक को ओपन किया तो यहाँ पे as you can see again new page is going to come, no? न्यू पेज इज गोइंग टू कम. अब यहाँ पे जैसे ही मैंने यहाँ पे मेरे पास मल्टीपल ऑप्शन आ गए. ओके. अब मैं एक काम करती हूँ. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू गो ऑन द विकिपीडिया. विकिपीडिया क्या कह रहा है जावा के ऊपर. So Wikipedia is saying all this, like Java is a high level language, class based, object oriented. अब ना डायनेमिक बाइंडिंग समझा रही हूँ मैं तुम्हें अपना मोबाइल नहीं दिखा रही हूँ. ठीक है. अब ये समझो इस लाइव एग्जांपल से. देखो मैंने जावा विकिपीडिया के थ्रू ओपन किया. आई ओपन जावा विद द हेल्प ऑफ विकिपीडिया. तो यहाँ पे ये पेज ओपन हो गया. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू रीड दिस पेज. जावा इज अ हाई लेवल क्लास बेस्ड ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. ओके, मुझे उससे कुछ नहीं करना. लेकिन जावा इज अ हाई लेवल. अब अगर मैं मुझे हाई लेवल का मीनिंग पता करना है, मैं क्या करूंगी, मैं हाई लेवल पे क्लिक किया मैंने तो ये हाई लेवल का पेज ओपन हो गया. अब ये हाई लेवल पे के बाद मैंने इन कंप्यूटर साइंस, तो कंप्यूटर साइंस का भी एक लिंक है, मैंने इस पे क्लिक किया, एक और नया पेज ओपन हो गया. अब मैंने यहाँ पे मैंने फॉर एग्जाम्पल एल्गोरिथम पे क्लिक किया, एक और नया पेज ओपन हो गया. अब मैंने यहाँ पे मैथमेटिक्स पे क्लिक किया तो ये मैथमेटिक्स क्या है, ये भी एक नया पेज ओपन हो गया. तो स्टूडेंट्स दिस इज व्हाट, दिस इज दिस इज डायनेमिक बाइंडिंग. देखो अब दोबारा से आप पीपीटी को पढ़ो. पीपीटी में क्या लिखा था वहां पर. ऑल ऑफ यू रीड द पीपीटी अगेन. See, dynamic binding is a process of connecting one program to another. Binding is a process of connecting one program to another. Now again I am coming onto the browser. See, यहाँ पे ये एक program है. Let's say for example, this is a program. और इस प्रोग्राम में एक और यहाँ पे देखो कितने सारे प्रोग्राम है. देखो ग्रीक है, एक ही यहाँ पे एक वर्ड लिखा हुआ है, देन क्वांटिटी, नंबर, थ्योरी. मतलब ये सारे पेजेस इसमें डले, इसमें इनबिल्ट है ना, ये पेजेस इसमें अपलोडेड है ना. अगर फॉर एग्जांपल इस पेज पे मैं अभी तो मैं इस पेज के ऊपर हूँ और अगर मैं नए पेज पर आती हूँ तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि ये जो जो पुराना वाला पेज था, मतलब ये मैथमेटिक्स का पेज और ये चेंज का जो पेज है कैलकुलस का, ये लिंक्ड है. तो इस प्रोसेस को मैं क्या कह रही हूँ, डायनेमिक बाइंडिंग. दैट मीन्स लिंकिंग ऑफ वन प्रोग्राम to another program. Again I am telling you, linking of previous program, linking of this mathematics page to the new page is called as the dynamic binding. So now I think this is also clear to all of you students. Is dynamic binding is clear to you? Okay. ओके, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. मतलब देखो वी पीपल आर लिविंग इन द इंटरनेट वर्ल्ड. वी पीपल आर लिविंग इन द इंटरनेट वर्ल्ड. अगर आपने फॉर एग्जांपल कोई सा भी आपने आंसर डाला तो उस आंसर के आपके पास मल्टीपल आपको मीनिंग मिल जाएंगे. अब जैसे यू जंप ऑन टू योर दैट आंसर, तो उस जैसे उस आंसर में जाओगे तो वहां भी आपको बहुत सारे टर्म्स मिल जाएंगे. तो यहाँ पे क्या किया गया है, यहाँ पे पेजेस को लिंक किया गया है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैंने जावा में डाला, जावा में हाई लेवल आया, मैंने हाई पे क्लिक किया तो हाई का मतलब बता दिया उसने. जब मैं हाई के ऊपर गई तो वहां पे मुझे कुछ टर्म मिल गए, मैंने उस पे क्लिक किया तो एक और नया पेज हो गया. फिर नए वर्ड पे क्लिक किया तो एक और नया पेज. तो यहाँ पे आप समझ रहे हो, यहाँ पे सो मेनी काइंड ऑफ पेजेस और वी कैन से numerous amount of pages are actually linked. That's why it is called as the dynamic linking. So am I clear to all of you? Dynamic binding, or we can say linking of pages. Again I am sharing the screen. Again I'm sharing my screen, all of you. See, यहाँ पर क्या लिखा हुआ है, एक और यहाँ पर टर्म है. Dynamic binding is a process of linking the procedural call to a specific sequence of code or function at the run time. देखो रन टाइम का मतलब ये होता है, आपको दिखा क्या, मैंने स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं किया शायद, कर दिया, ओके. ओके ओके, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है। सो वहां पे लिखा हुआ है रन टाइम। रन टाइम मीन्स व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग ऑन द इंटरनेट। क्या कहते हैं? इंटरनेट इज रनिंग ऑन टू माई कंप्यूटर, और when the procedure is running onto my machine, or when I am doing something is called as run time। फिजिक्स में दो टर्म होते हैं, एक होता है स्टैटिक और एक होता है डायनेमिक, है ना? स्टैटिक का मतलब क्या होता है? अगर आप जो भी कर रहे हो, अगर आप एक पोजीशन में हो, इफ यू आर नॉट मूविंग देन यू आर इन स्टैटिक पोजीशन। तो ये भी टर्म कंप्यूटर में होता है। मतलब ये फॉर एग्जांपल देखो, हमने एचटीएमएल पेज बनाया हमारे लैपटॉप हमारे कंप्यूटर के ऊपर, तो वो स्टैटिक है। क्यों? क्योंकि वो जो पेज है वो मेरे सिस्टम में ही रहने वाला है, वो इंटरनेट से भी कनेक्ट नहीं हुआ है, तो इसीलिए दैट विल नॉट फ्लो अराउंड द ग्लोब। लेकिन when I'll upload my that HTML page to the internet, then that page will be called as the dynamic page। और टेक एन एग्जाम्पल, आपने ना कोई गाना डाउनलोड किया। अब अगर आप सपोज कोई गाना ऑफलाइन आपके मोबाइल में सुन रहे हो, इफ सपोज यू आर लिसनिंग दैट सॉन्ग ऑफलाइन टू योर मोबाइल, then that song is also going to be called as the static। But if suppose you people are watching online movie, then that kind of movie is going to be called as a dynamic। and देखो मूवी में फॉर एग्जाम्पल यूट्यूब पे आपने एक वीडियो डाला कि आई वांट टू लर्न जावा, तो जैसे ही आप वहां पे जावा का वीडियो डालोगे तो वहां पे आपके पास मल्टीपल और भी वीडियो शो होंगे ना। क्यों हो रहे हैं? क्योंकि वो बाकी के जो वीडियोस है वो लिंक्ड है आपके यूट्यूब के चैनल के ऊपर। तो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज द डायनेमिक बाइंडिंग। सो स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ वी आर डन विद द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग। सो नाउ एम आई क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू स्टूडेंट्स? ओके ओके, सो आई होप आज की क्लास इंटरेस्टिंग रही, सभी को मजा आया, सभी को समझ में आया जो मैंने पढ़ाया आज? Okay. So to make all this class very interesting, I'll try to play some kind of videos also during the class so that you people will enjoy the session. I want actually I want people to enjoy my class, not to like daily आते हैं हाँ भाई क्लास है पढ़ना है खत्म करना है। नहीं, हम यहाँ पे कोई काम करने के लिए नहीं आ रहे। We are going to learn something. We are going to do some kind of practical things. Okay, this should be this kind of things should come into you people also. Okay. So students, finally we are done with the property of OOPS. I'll share a document of the OOPS by tomorrow. I'll send it to you. Now next class will be on the Thursday. That means in the next week we will be having class. Till Thursday, I want complete homework. The homework is you will have to explain all the properties of object-oriented programming. Plus, try to solve the exercise. Try to solve the first chapter exercise. I will ask the answer of the exercise in the next session. Okay, class? From the next from the next class, I'll start programming. So I hope, and those people who have not installed BlueJ yet, so all of you please install BlueJ into your computer. Okay. So now it's done for today. Okay, very good. So thank you all of you. Bye bye. Leave the meeting. Bye bye. Attendance लेने रुको 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 मीटिंग नहीं छोड़ना. Have you all leave the meeting? Oh sorry. चलो कोई नहीं. ठीक है कोई बात नहीं. You people can leave the meeting then. All of you leave the meeting. Thank you, Ronit. All of you please leave the meeting. Thank you, Arihant. Thank you, Vinay. Leave the meeting. Harshit, Yashika, Arnav, Muskan, Kritika, all of you leave the meeting. Devansh, leave the meeting. Leave them. Thank you, all of you. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, Harshit. Bye, Bhavya. Oh, thank you so much, Bhavya. You are also awesome. Okay, okay, all of you. Most welcome. Okay.